Hello, Mile High. How are you doing on this cold evening?
Great.
Well, we're going to warm you up with some Cat Stevens, so sit back and enjoy. Morning has broken like the first morning. Blackbird has spoken like the first bird. Praise for the singing, praise for the morning, praise for them springing fresh from the word. Sweet the rain's new fall, sunlit from heaven, like the first dew fall on the first grass. Praise for the sweetness of the wet garden, sprung in completeness where his feet pass. Mine is the sunlight, mine is the morning, born of the one light Eden saw play. Praise with elation, praise every warning, God's recreation of the new day. Morning has broken like the first morning. Blackbird has spoken like the pump up the jam. You're my life, you're my breath, you're a smile, you're my guest. You're the earth, you're the sun, you're the grass, you're our love. You're my hands, you're a bug, you're my eyes, you're a hug. You're the light in the dark, you're the spark, you're a fun. You're my mom, you are water, you're the stars, you're my daughter. You're my friend till the end, you're my dreams, you're my father. You're the ants on the ground, the miracles that surround. I'm feeling it all around, the hemisphere and the clouds. You're my pain, you're my sorrow, you're my hope for tomorrow. You're the strength when I'm hollow, you're my path that I follow. You're the blessings that exist, the small things that are bliss. The gift to realize that everything is a gift. All that I see, all that I've been, and all that I'll ever be is a blessing. It's so amazing, and I'm grateful for it all. You're the blessings every time I try to count. You're the lessons that I learn every time I turn around. You're the water when I'm burned every time I think I'm found. Everything I'm looking for you, the sign saying stop to take a bow and keep moving forward. You start looking towards your heart. It'll open all the doors and only then you start to see the world sing a chorus with your mind and heart aligned on purpose. Everything will feel gorgeous. All that I see, all that I've been, and all that I'll ever be is a blessing. It's so amazing, and I'm grateful for it all. Every time I stand and pray, 'cause what I have is more than I deserve or could ever imagine. How do I get back to all this magic? Spread the love so everybody can have it. Doesn't matter if I'm rich or poor, if I got a family or if I'm all alone. Bad things happen, I can just complain and moan, but there's a million things that I can be grateful for. So I lift up my hands now, and I open my heart, and my gratitude goes out to everything near and everything I am and everything I see, everything I hope and everything I dream, everything I feel and everything I be. Grateful for it all, it's amazing. Everything I am and everything I see, everything I hope and everything I dream, everything I feel and everything I be. I look deep down and feel all the blessings. Everything I am and everything I see, everything I hope and everything I dream, everything I feel and everything I be. I'm grateful for it all, it's amazing. Na 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 na. The blessings that exist, the small things that are bliss, the gift to realize that everything is a gift.
Thank you so much.
Wowzy. Miss Sarah, let's give her some more lovin'. Woo! Sarah in the house. Wow. So the ministers are all on retreat. Woo! I'm real proud of them. They're walking their talk. They're just in deep prayer and etc. doing with the staff, so I'm excited about that. And so they've asked me to introduce myself, and this will be the Reader's Digest version of that. I have called Mile High Church my spiritual home for, well, at least 25 or more years. Active practitioner coming up on 20. And I know, thank you. And yeah, it's awesome privilege to be a practitioner, especially here at Mile High. And in 2013, I graduated what would be comparable to seminary training, and then immediately founded a special focus ministry called Education for Abundant Living. Cool name. Career-wise, the parallel to all of that has been I taught for 13 years as a Catholic Sister of Charity. And then I had a bit of unlearning to do as I moved into the New Thought world, and 33 years in finance, serving in that way. Most of those years as a CFP, a Certified Financial Planner, and now a religious science minister, so yay. So if we are ever talking education or money or spirituality, I'm in that conversation. Yeah, so fun. You know, they say, I don't know who they are, but they say that the groups that know humanity best are bartenders and hairdressers. Now, when I think back, the stories that I have shared with hairdressers and favorite bartenders, I'm like going, yeah, you too. I think that's true, but I would add 2 other groups to that. I would add ministers and financial advisors, because we've been privy to real life stories of people who deal with everything in the spectrum of life. Awesome. And those years of experience taught me 2 things. So number 1, it expanded my ability to have compassion for people. When you are privy to those stories, you just stand in awe of people. And then it also taught me to start seeing a connection between our ability to forgive and our ability to have an openness for the good, the flow in our life. Wow, interesting. I started seeing these little connections, and those are the powerful insights that I'm going to be sharing with you this evening. An exploration of forgiveness, the freedom it brings us, and how that opens us up to abundance. You know, there are many mistakes, lots of errors out there, and we all make them. We've all been recipients of them. And some come with the wrapper of humor. So imagine kids' answers when they had to fork over their understanding of, in their language, the New and the Old Testament. I have not retouched any of these, I promise you. And all the incorrect, the errors, the spelling remains the same. So let's just take a look at things that probably need a little forgiveness. Like my ability to use this clicker. We'll start with that. In the first book of the Bible, Guinness. Now, my bartender always told me that was a nice dark beer, but you know, who's to know? God just got tired of creating the world, so he just took the Sabbath off of the creation list. Yeah, good thought. Lot's wife was a pillar of salt during the day, but a ball of fire at night. Where do kids get this stuff? Samson was a strong man who let himself be led astray by a Jezebel like Delilah. Ooh. And Moses led the Jews to the Red Sea, where they made unleavened bread, which is bread without any ingredients. Moses died before he ever reached Canada. I knew that. I never read that he got that far. And then Joshua just led the Hebrews in the Battle of Jericho. Cool. The greatest miracle in the Bible is when Joshua told his son to stand still and he obeyed him. The kid obeyed his dad. That is a miracle. Solomon, one of David's sons, had 300 wives and I wonder what she did with 700 porcupines. Who knew? And then when Mary heard that she was the mother of Jesus, she sang the Magna Carta. When the three wise guys from the east side arrived, they found Jesus in the manger. Jesus was born because Mary had an immaculate contraption. Christians only have one spouse. That's monotony. Errors occasionally come wrapped in humor, but many are not. As a woman I know who, as a young girl, was molested by her daddy. And she just knew it wasn't right. And so she went and told her mom and two aunties. Keep quiet. Tell no one. And don't you ever let your daddy know that you told on him. Because she trusted these women in her life, the girl felt like, gee, that's important. I need to follow those instructions. And so she did. The molestation continued until she was able to leave home permanently. And then she began this lifelong experience of trying to figure it all out. It was decades before she got any semblance of a safety again, of trust, or her own self-worth. Dramatic incident? Absolutely. More common than we think. So let's bring this home. Who have you not forgiven? Remember with me a time in your life when you were right. And by God, you knew you were right. And then you hung on to being right until the pain of that just became too great to bear, and you took a serious look at giving that up. Does this sound familiar? Yeah, thank you. Thank you for that feedback. Sure it does. Now, sometimes a lack of forgiveness actually drains us unconsciously where we're not even aware of blockages. This is the case with my own mom. She suffered with an alcoholic spouse her whole life. In my naivete, totally, I actually did this, talk about forgiveness. I counseled my mom, wise young snapper that I was. I said, well, Mom, just leave him. Where will I go? Was her thoughtful response. That struck and then just stuck with me, opening up a whole lot of work that I know I needed to do, starting with really understanding why my mom would say that. What does that really mean? Because here we all are, the entire family, we are knotted up and angry and distracted. And when we have all that distraction, it just robs us of an openness and an energy, a motivation to do what we really want to do. And that repels the attraction of good in our life. Are you with me on this? Are you thinking of some examples in your own life where this is true? Are you? Thank you. See, once I did the work that was necessary, there's this sweet freedom that just opened up. And I created a vortex as I did the work between Mom and I that was full of compassion, a lot of understanding, authentic forgiveness. Oh, it was so sweet. That freedom just was opening my heart. And the more I was open, the more I was allowed to bring in the good. This is a formula that I'm going to show you for success in life. Forgiveness equals this sense of awesome freedom that opens the flow of our good. Lousy. So if you would recall an experience of a time in your life when you had a lack of some abundance. How about a lack of love? How about a lack of peace of mind? And look at where you were holding on to one of two things. You were holding on to being right. Or you were holding on to being a victim. Big signs that forgiveness work is really needed there. A shift in our consciousness. So I'm going to invite you during these activities of the holidays. So aren't they always filled with, yes, like gifts and parties and people and of course family members we haven't seen for a long time? And I'm going to invite us to take a look at those as if they are opportunities to apply this formula. Opportunities to create that freedom. I'm sorry, you and I deserve that, don't we? We deserve to live in that state of freedom. So let me ask you, who will not be invited to your Thanksgiving table? Who will not get a heartfelt gift, maybe just a token one or none at all? And how do you feel about that? See, I see the feeling part as an invitation from the universe. Come on, universe. Help me see where I might need a mental shift or some deep forgiveness work. So I'm going to share with you what I already started. I already started my Christmas list. Now, of course, it's who and what gift. But that third column is where the power is. That third column is an invitation to the universe. Bring it on. Let me be aware of where I need to create that sense of freedom for myself. I work out with a group of women. And, oh, Lordy. The other day, our instructress, had a scheduling conflict, so she couldn't take us for our lesson. So what she suggested was that we join this other class, held at the same time. Large class, advanced class, young athletes. Bam! My resistance came up. I'm like going, I can't keep up with them. I'm 70 years old. I'm overweight, I have a heart condition, and you think that I'm going to be able to keep up with these kids? And already, besides the resistance, I kept thinking about how sore I was going to be for about 3 or 4 days with all that lactic acid. I'm hating it, and I said, you stop it, girl. It is time for you to play the what if game. So what if the instructor made adjustments for our little group joining the bigger group? And what if we loved it? What if we had all kinds of energy from it? What if we got inspired? And so all the way to the gym, I got fired up playing the what if game with myself. And then when I got there, I just watched it all unfold. Woo! Awesome. And I was still sore for 4 days. You see, I love the what if game because it changes my perception of the world. And when my perception of the world changes, guess what it looks like that changed? The world looks like it changed. Woohoo! I want you to play the what if game with me right now. A deep breath, please, and if you're comfortable, just go ahead and shut your eyes. And then take another deep breath and watch as you exhale how you tend to sink right in to those pews. And I want you to think about the what ifs of 2016, this new year we're going into. Another deep breath, sinking in. And now play with me. What if 2016 found that your cash flow was sufficient or delightfully abundant? What if your relationships were solid and satisfying and really loving? What if you experienced peace of mind throughout the whole new year? What if your health allowed you the flexibility to do what you wanted and enjoy being in your body? What if you experienced those growth opportunities you will be having as exciting and deepening your spiritual life? Deep breath. What if your daily work satisfied you immensely and made a huge difference in the world? What if you experienced quantum leaps in your love of your God? Can you feel the emotional shift you're making? Eyes open. Can I get an amen here? Amen. Yeah, the what if game's powerful. I'm going to suggest another spiritual practice for us, and that is the forgiveness journal. And I'm going to give you 4 wonderful structural hints about it, and then 3 awesome questions that are designed to help you dig deep. Number 1, please give yourself permission to write both sensitive thoughts and feelings and experiences. No one's going to read this. You can shred it or throw it away before anyone can get near it. But just give yourself permission to go deep. Blocks of 20 to 30 minutes just to be quiet and still with your thoughts. What if the entire world took 20 to 30 minutes to be quiet and still? Wowzy. Third, access the wisdom and the information from your unconscious or subconscious mind. Do you know how you know when you get back in your head? Struggle. No struggling allowed in this. And then just notice what's happening in your body. Because a consciousness about our body's reaction is really the universe, just another channel of communicating to us. And now here are those 3 awesome questions that help you really drill down. Who or what do I need to forgive? You know, we are meaning-making machines. So every time something happens to us, have you noticed? We have to make some meaning out of it, correct? You know what I'm talking about. So a gentleman who wrote this book, this is an awesome book, Clifford Edwards, The Forgiveness Handbook. I want to share with you a story that he shared about his own childhood. So keep in mind, if you will, meaning-making machines you are. I was about 5 years old, and in the first months of kindergarten, one day the teacher decided to introduce us to the library, so off we went as a class to this big, strange room. The teacher needed to take that time as a break, and she left us alone with the librarian. Like many of the other kids, I felt uncomfortable and fearful in that unfamiliar place, and pretty soon I had to go to the bathroom, and I didn't know where the bathroom was. I didn't even know if I was allowed to go there. And so I waited. And I waited. And it only got worse. And finally, instead of being brave and just raising my hand to ask for help, I just sat there in my little chair and wet my pants. My bladder was so relieved. But at the same time, I knew it was the wrong thing to do. So for the rest of the time in the library, I was embarrassed and shameful. On the way back to the classroom, I got teased by the other kids. They made fun of me for the wet spot running from my butt all the way down my legs. They teased me about the puddle I had left under my chair. They called me names. I just wanted to hide. I felt humiliated and ashamed, and like there was no escape. It was just awful. And as a result of that experience, I made interpretations about myself. No joke, a meaning-making machine. I judged it to mean that I had done something bad. The fact that I had wet my pants in a public place made me feel that there was something wrong with me. I attached negative judgment and disempowering meaning to that event. I internalized the negative meaning and the sense that somehow I was flawed. I turned it into a limiting belief, and I carried that belief around with me well into my adult years. All of that finally changed when I rediscovered that experience doing some personal development work. I was able to forgive the other kids for teasing and chiding me. I forgave myself for wetting my pants. I forgave myself for making shameful, negative interpretations as a result. I forgave the teacher for not thinking someone might need the toilet. Even decades after the event had originally occurred, I was able just to release the unconscious burden I had carried for so long. Who or what do I need to forgive starts with myself. How would my life be different if I were to forgive? And the best way to get at this is to do the what if game. How would life look for me if I were able to forgive? What if game. And then the third great question, right now, what do I need to do to take back power and responsibility? And I would suggest that we take a serious look at those early childhood experiences, especially the ones around abundance and prosperity. So I'm asking you to play big this season. Thank you for taking her out and allowing her, I presume, to release her bladder. Because now nobody can tease her, see, about that puddle under the pew. Totally cool. Thank you. And the timing of that was way too cool. Want to play big this season and create a wonderful world. Allow the universe to absolutely take this formula and speak to you during the holiday season. That means we have to listen and just be so conscious that as I forgive, I create freedom. And that freedom opens me up to great abundance. But only if you want to play big. So whatever your holiday culture has you celebrate, I wish for you that your celebrations just be very joyous. I'd like to ask the band to come back up. And let us all pray. Oh, such a delight is that sweet connection with the divine. I know the power we have to co-create a wonderful world. I stand in complete trust as I welcome opportunities that the holiday will bring. I say, bring it on, universe. We are so ready.
I see trees of green, red roses too. I see them bloom for me and for you. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. I see skies of blue and clouds of white, bright blessed days and dark sacred nights. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world.
Bring it on, universe. We are ready. We know the formula for success. We've got our gift list that will allow the universe to enlighten us. We have sampled the what if game, and we have our forgiveness journal. We have the skills to actually enjoy creating a wonderful world, and so it is.
I see trees of green, red roses too. I see them bloom for me and for you. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. I see skies of blue The colors of the rainbow, so pretty in the sky, are also on the faces of people passing by. I see friends shaking hands, saying, "How do you do?" They really say, "I love you." The trees of green, I watch them cry. They'll learn so much more than I'll ever know. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. Yes, I think to myself, what a wonderful world.
Sarah Shin in the house. Yes. So ushers, would you come and assist us in the circulation of our good? So as you are arranging your offering, you may wish to hold it in your hand, or you may wish to, if you're a couple, both of you hold it. And if you would like, or hold it at your heart. And then repeat after me. My offering tonight helps to create a wonderful world that works for everyone. And so it is.
Might seem crazy what I'm about to say. Sunshine, she's here, you can take a break. Come on, dance with me. I'm a hot air balloon that could go to space. Yeah, like I don't care, baby, by the way. Clap along if you feel like a room without a roof. Clap along if you feel like having
stage the most awesome, wonderful, let's give him some more love, and Mile High Band. Wows, 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 wows. Woo! Thank you for supporting your spiritual home. If you would like your hearts to be touched this evening, there are 4 practitioners here in the front row and 2 over here. So just come up after this service and allow them to share with you an affirmative short prayer. And on the way out, if you would like to, it would be very fun if you would just, as many people as you possibly can, just look at them and say, "Happy holidays." That's my wish for you. Woo! Thank you, and thank you.
Come along if you feel like a roll without. Back on your feet. Clap along if you feel like happiness is the truth. Clap along if you know what happiness is to you. Clap along if you know that's what you want to do. Clap along if you feel like a roll without a roof. Clap along if you feel like happiness is the truth. Clap along if you know what happiness is to you. Clap along if you feel like that's what you want to do.
Thank you, Mile High. Have a beautiful, blessed evening. Thank you.